So string in case, switch case in Java. Today we will discuss string in switch case in Java. So we have discussed switch casement like last 2 days, and today we will discuss how we can pass a string. Yes. So this is an expensive important points to be remembered, like switching on strings can be more expensive in term of execution than switching on primitive data types. Yes. Therefore, it is best to switch on strings only in cases in which the controlling data is already in string form. So we have to control, and that way it is difficult one way from our point of view. String should not be null. So whatever string we are passing, it should be not be null. Yesterday we passed null just for the execution, and we change it. Yes. Case sensitive comparison. Switch statement compares the string objects in its expression with the expression associated with each case label as it were using the string equals method. So when you are comparing the string, it is case sensitive. You can remember that. So comparison of string objects in switch statement is case sensitive. Forget about anything, but Java itself is a case sensitive. Whatever you give uppercase, lowercase, they are different things. Yes.
Yeah.
Better than if else. If you use switch statement, it is better than if else statement in Java. Yes. So whenever you need to use, you can use this statement. So let's use switch statement. So I'm creating a new class and name it string in switch. Yes. So I have automatically created main method, so I don't need anything. I can directly define string, my string,
What is this automatically comes like 1000 auto generated
this
selected?
one. So whenever you auto generate anything, this is the comment. This method has been generated automatically. It comes. That's it.
Okay, only for that line.
Yes. And this is commented. Even if you delete it, delete it.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have defined string, my string equal to. We used to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. They are numbers. So let's put 5 something, or just put 1. Yes. So whatever I give in here, it will execute only the first statement. Yes.
Yeah.
And the other statements will be bypass my string. Case 1, let me put lowercase. Yes. So last time when I define int in here, I used to give case 1 in number. Yes. Because it was integer. Here it is a string, so I have defined as a string. Yes. And break. Case 2w2, and I will put 2. That's it. Break. Case. Yes. So if I give 1, it will print 1. Let me put my value is 1. Yes.
Yeah.
So it will print my value is 1. If I put 5 in here, what will happen? It will print nothing mentioned that matches.
Yeah.
Yes, nothing mentioned. If after 3 whatever you mention, it will be like that, because you can give n number of statements in there. So in our uh, whenever you want to mention string in switch case, this is the syntax and format. You define string, my string, and the definition of the string you need to use it. Yes,
Yeah.
string, my string, and you define it. That is a string case in switch case mentioned Java. Let's go to the second one. It's a very quick one. Comments in Java. Yes, this is very important thing. I have created this method automatically. Yes, so there was something there with 2 lines. So far we have not used, here only we use a comment. But what happen, you are writing a code and you are telling someone what you are doing. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So if you are teaching someone, you can say declaring a string and defining. You are defining as well. Yes, you can just say declaring a string. Or it is, you can say switch case statement. Yes, switch case. So when you are explaining someone, you can use this kind of, so other people can read and they can understand. So sometimes you need to create a code. Yes, as for example, I don't have anything in here which will generate getter and setter methods, but something in here generate getters and setters, because there is no code in here. See, the operation is not applicable because I don't have anything, any class which needs setter and getter methods. Okay, so it will generate automatically and it will have comments as well automatically created. In the same manner, if you comment, if you create, so why you need to comment it? One, if you want to describe something. Yes, so there is one way which is single line of comment, which is I have done it. Yes, in here this is
Mm-hmm.
single line comment. What if I want to comment whole code? Yes, from here to here. If I go and put double line in here, double slashes mean, it is going to say take so much time and it is waste. Yes, so how can you? So in that case, you can use multi line comments. If you want to use multi line comments, you can go to the source and add block comment, or you can press control shift and forward slash. If you press it, the whole code commented here. Can you see? If I take this off, the comment has gone. Yes. Now what happens in here? You don't want to do that way. Yes. You don't want to do that way. You want, just type it. So what you can do, slash star, and it says that these all things are commented. Yes, then you can again put star yourself and slash, then you can see these lines of code executed. Why there is an error in here? Because you commented from here, so these expects and there is an extra, that's why. Okay, so you can remove it with the shortcut. You can remove it like that if you want to remove it. If you have the block line of code, you can press control shift backward slash and it will remove the code. Yes, control Z, control Z. Yes, there is some documentation comments as well. Yes, so for documentation comment, you need to use some of the text. What are these texts? So I will explain you one by one all of them. I don't think you need to use them, but you can use something like at tag and put the sentence. Yeah, so you can put. at author. So what happens? Adds the author of a class who wrote this class, and at author name text. The syntax is at author name text. So some of the comments like what you can use it in here, I'm just showing you. At author, okay, and say your name. Yes. So you can see this is how you can comment it for the documentation comments when you are attaching any document. There are quite a few. At param number, and it will comment at param number. Okay, at return nothing, it will return nothing. So these are the comments you can use it. But I don't think as a tester we are going to use. So we will not discuss in detail. Yes. But
Yeah.
if any parameter if you have defined and if you want to comment them, then you can say at param parameter name and the description of that particular parameter. Yes, so you need to remember single line, which is two forward slashes, and multi-line for you can say forward slash star, and when you want to finish it, again star, yes, and the forward slash. Or you can use the shortcut Control Shift and forward slash and backward slash. Yes. Next one. Nulls in Java. Nulls, null in Java, I would say instead of null. Okay. So what happens? Null is case sensitive. Yes. Null is literal in Java, and because keywords are case sensitive in Java, we can't write null or zero as in other languages. Okay. So you have a class. Let's create a class and say null in Java. Yes. So I have created a main method public static void main string arguments, and here I have created an object. There is an pre-built class object. Okay, if I put null and
Is it null always capitals?
no, it is just I'm explaining you.
Yeah.
I put everything capital just to explain, and null. Okay, these two things are different in Java, and we will have some error. Yes, and if you mouse over there, it will say null cannot be resolved as a variable. Yes,
Yeah.
so you can see this is the error, cannot find symbol, it can't find this null. So whenever you want to define null, it should be lowercase null.
Yeah.
Yes, if I change it to lowercase, what happens?
Error.
The error will go. Yes, so whenever you need to define null for anything, you need to remember it's a lowercase null. Yes,
Yeah.
if you want to print it null, you can print it. You just put system dot print statement and it will print sys out, and you say my value. Yes, obj1 or obj, you can print anything. So you can say it, yes, my value is null. There are so many other way of defining null. Yes, like you can define integer as null. So you can put integer and int, they are different thing in Java. Okay, null, and you can say int a equal to I. So you are reassigning the value, and if you try to print, you will get an exception. What exception? It's my favorite exception. Okay. Yes, you will get null pointer exception. Null pointer access the expression of type integer is null but requires auto unboxing. You can put unboxing, but when you press it, can you see in here? Null pointer exception, yes?
Yeah.
So what happen? You are defining something here, an integer, but you are passing the value null and you are assigning the same thing, and that's why it is giving null pointer exception. And it is usual as a tester, we will get so many null pointer exception. Yes, this is the null about null in Java. Any question?
No.
So
So
we
can we
have this.
use as
Can,
many
can,
times as we want for this object
can you
is
repeat?
equal to null? Can we use as many times as we need
Yes, but
object?
yes, you can use as many. This is the pre-built class object in Java. So I just define. You can say object one, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, whatever you want to use. It's a variable now. This is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
class I'm using, and this is the variable name. Yes. So what I was telling, yes, you can use as time, but it is better not to give null value to anything, because when you give anything to null value, what happens? Sometimes you don't get anything return, and you will get confused. Yes, and the confusion is that you don't know what is going on. When we become expert, we can find out straight away what line number, how we are passing and everything. When you have 20 lines of code, you can easy, but when you have different 20 folders in 20 folders, you are doing somewhere, but you have experience more and more, then you learn it. Okay, let's discuss one topic, and that is using underscore as variable name. Yes, we have discussed that in Java we have some rules. Yes, using the variable name. Yes, rules are there. So one of them is we can use underscore as a variable name. From Java 9, this feature has been introduced, and we can use underscore as a variable name. Yes. So the syntax is exactly the same. Let's have one example. I just delete it quickly, so I don't need to. So here I will define one variable with underscore name. Okay. So I have int underscore equals 5. Yes. Normally I use int a, int b, int I, yes,
Yeah.
but this time I have put int underscore, and I'm printing underscore. So what it will print?
Five.
Why there is an error? There should not be any error. Okay. Underscore is a keyword from the source level 9 onwards cannot be used. Okay. From Java 9 we cannot use it. Okay. This underscore name has been eliminated from Java 9, so it is illegal. But we can have something underscore starting. Yes. So instead of just underscore, we can use underscore and a letter. Yes, the rules we have discussed. So it will print 5. It starts with underscore, it ends with underscore as well. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is underscore in Java. Let's start important topic. Oops concept. Okay, what is oops?
Object oriented
Yes,
programming.
object oriented programming. So one of the oops concepts in Java is classes and objects. We use it. Yes. So what are the classes and objects are basic concepts of object oriented programming which resolved around the real life entities. Yes. So what is that? Classes and objects are concepts, basic concepts of OOB, object oriented programming, which revolve around the real life entities. Yes. What is a class? A class is a user defined blueprint or prototype from the objects are created. Yes. So what is a class? A class, we have discussed a lot about class, and since we started, we create a class and use it. Yes. Is
Yeah.
an user defined blueprint or prototype type from which objects are created. Yes. In which we can create the objects. It represents the set of properties, so it will have some properties or some methods that are common to all objects of one type. They will have common to one type. In general, class declarations can include these components. One, identifier. A class must have an identifier. Yes. No modifier. Why it's a modifier? A class must have a modifiers. What are the modifiers? A class can be a public or has a default. Yes. You can directly put class my class. Yes, it's a name. Or you can put public class my class. Yes. Why do you use this one? So you can access it. You know, we have discussed public, private, default, and protected. Yes. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
The next one is class keyword. A class keyword is used to create a class. Yes. Next one, class name. So this is your keyword was there. Yes. Class, it's itself a keyword. Class here is a keyword. So class keyword. Yes. Class name. What is a class name in here?
My class.
Yes, my class is a class name. Class name. So here my class is a class name. And we have the names, rules, and regulations for generating classes. The class name should begin with an initial letter. Yes. Super class. If we are using any super class, you can have a super class. Okay, so far we have not discussed about super class. Yes. The name of it is exactly the same thing, but the name of the class is parent, if any, preceded by the keyword extends. A class can only extend subclass one parent. Yeah. So super class. So as we go along, we will generate some super classes, some classes. Yes. Super methods, and we will generate like you have three or four classes. Yes. So you have paint. Yes. So this is your class. Then you have another some classes, subclasses. Yes.
Yeah.
And this class is providing information, or these bottom classes getting some information. Okay. Yes. So this class is your super class. Yes. Or master class.
Yeah.
You can say interfaces. Interfaces are similar. You can extend. So interface is a comma separated list of interfaces implemented by the class, if any, preceded by the keyword implements. So you need to use implements keyword. And if you use, so as for example, this class is providing info if you are using interface. Okay. If this class is getting information or some data from this class, you can say my class implements interfaces implements the class name. Okay, the class name you need to use. And what is the most important thing in a class? A body of a class. Yes, without a body the class is nothing. Yes, as for example, I have defined a class, but there is nothing in here. Is it important to me? And this body is surrounded, forget about the main method yet. So this is your body. So your body is surrounded by on open curly braces and close curly braces. Yes, any question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another concept is object. Yes, object is the unit of object oriented programming and represents the same thing real life entities. A typical Java program creates many objects which, as you know, interact by invoking method. So you can invoke the method by object. As for example, it has a state. It is represented by attributes of an object. Yes, in objects, obj object, you have one state. It represents an attribute on object, attributes of an object. What it reflects the properties of an object. Yes, reflects the properties of an object. Yes, so that is a state of an object. What is it? Behavior. What is the behavior of the object? So represents by methods of an object. Yes, it also reflects the response of an object with other objects. So what happens? Behavior. How you can verify the behavior? By checking the response. Yes, so reflects the response of an object with other objects. Identity. It has an identity. Gives a unique name of an object. Yes, you need to use unique name to an object, which enables one object to interact with other objects. So you can use, if you want to interact, you use the name and use this name to interact between other objects. Yes, how you can declare the objects? We have discussed it. Yes, so let's create a dog example of some animal. Yes, so we have a dog class. Yes, so what is the name of the dog? Yes, in there you will have state or attributes of the particular dogs. Yes, what breed it is. Yes, age it is, color it is. Yes, what is the behavior? Yes, it barks. So bark is a behavior. Sleep is a behavior. It. In the same manner, you can have literally everything. For everything human, then humans you can put. Let's put a car. Yes, so you have identity. So car's name. What is the car's name? Yes, the company's
Carson.
name means yes. Then what you will come? State or attributes. Speed. Yes. Color of a car. Yes. model of a car, etc., etc. So many things comes. Behavior, what is the behavior? How
Mileage.
fast is go? Yes.
Yeah.
So these are the behavior. How fast? So you can remove this speed. That is the behavior. Speed we will put speed. What is the behavior? Automatic, manual. How you can start it? Yes.
Yeah. Mileage.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything you can put as a behavior. How you can declare an object? So as for example, you have a class name, my my car. Yes. Yes. So my car is a class name, and then what happens? You use one of the attributes, and then you can declare them. So what is the name? First class name. Yes. And then you can declare the behavior. So dog, my car. Yes. So what is the behavior or state color, or you can say model? Yes. Model name is I don't remember. A, see, I don't remember any model's name. Kanika. So say uh, note. Yes, we call it Nissan Note. Yes.
Yeah.
So that is my car and the note. It becomes how you declare it. Now you declare it. You need to initialize an object. So how you can initialize it? Yes. So in order to initialize it, you need to use new operator. Yes, new operator instantiates a class by allocating memory for a new object. Yes, and returning a reference to that memory. The new operator also invokes the class constructor. You can use as a constructor. Yes, so let's create one class, and that class we will create, but we have done it a lot. Yes, so let's say my, this is a variable, equals new my car. Yes, when you use new my car, it is known as initializing an object. Yes, you are initial. If you don't put that one, that is still correct. Yes, there is nothing wrong. But if you don't have with this kind of variable or anything, what happens? When you are going to access it n number of times, it becomes difficult. It's not difficult, but it becomes complicated. You forget. As for example, every time you need to put my new my car, new my car. Okay, forget about the spelling thing. But if you have a variable like just a, it wrote something like this. Yeah, my car m equals new my car. Yeah, it's wrong spelling. I think it is lowercase, whatever it is. Yes. So what happens in this case? You just do m dot m dot m dot. You don't need to repeat this whole statement again and again. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is how. Do you want to carry on with the examples, or do you want to stop here?
We'll do one example.
Okay. So let's do one example. So here I am creating a class. Okay. For that class, we will generate some. Okay. We will generate some objects, not some. So let's have a class, my dog. In this, we have to have a main method. Yes. But as this class is non-executable, we are not going to execute this class. Okay, we will execute it. So but there are so many things. So let's have a main method first. Yes. So public static void main string arguments. This is your method. In this method, we will create object of this my dog class. But before that, we have to have some methods and construction constructors. Yes. So let's define them. So first thing today we have discussed commenting. Yes. So this is how commenting variables instance variable I'm using. Yes. I'm declaring it outside the main method inside the class, which can be accessible anywhere in the class. Okay. String name. Yes. Another variable we have string breed. Another variable we have is int age, string color. Yes. So now these variables I am going to call through a constructor. So declaring a constructor here. Constructor. Okay. The constructor name, as we discussed, should always be the class name. So dog. Yes. And this is a kind of special method you can say. In here we have four variables. Yes. So let's put all four variables: string name, string breed, int age, string color. Yes. All four variables I have declared parameterized here. I would say. Yeah. With these keywords, I am going to call them, invoke them. This dot, it will come one by one. First name, put name. This dot, second one is breed, put breed. You can put anything next, okay? Spelling correct, yes. This dot age. So you will how old it is age, yes. This dot color. What is the color of the dog?
Bridges, this has to be like um, you gave like string name, string breed. Can I give first string name and then string color, then string
Yes,
age?
anything you can give, yeah.
But we have to initialize.
Yes. If it is in the sequence, here if it is in the sequence, okay, this
Yeah.
should be in the sequence here. This should match. It doesn't matter
Okay.
in here, okay. If I
Okay.
put it in here first, control X, yes, doesn't matter.
Doesn't-
But here
Okay.
it should be, otherwise it won't access properly. So now we have this variable and this is the, now you need getters and setters method, yes. So how do you do it? If you want to do easy way, you can go to right click, sorry, right click, then you have the source. In source you can have generate getters and setters. Okay, so you can select all. Yes, it will generate allow setters to final field and click on generate. Can you see? Can you see?
Yeah.
Getters and setters method generated automatically. But if you don't want to do, what you need to do,
Okay.
write yourself. How you write? Public string set and get. Yes. So this is how you can generate automatically. Here it, see, when you have generated automatically, it's written it is a color, so it returns color. Yes. For name, it returns name. Yes. Agree? We have bunched it together. So yes, we don't need set because we have done this one. This is there, no? My dog, yes. Get age, it gets age, yes. Breed, breed. So now what we will do, we have the getters and setters method. So let's create one method where we can call all of them, yes. So say public string, my string. Will it show an error? Yes. Why it is showing an error? Because this method is a string, not a void. See, string, and that's why we need a return statement. So say add return statement. Here it is returning everything, but you want to return everything one by one, yes? So how you can do it? Let's put everything in one statement. Name of the dog, yes? Plus what you will do? This dot get name plus breed, age, and color dog. How do you do this? Plus this dot breed, yes, plus this dot get age. You can put anything in between, okay? This dot get color. What is happening? Yeah. Now it will not still print it. It is just returning. So now let's print something in here. Yes. So what is the name of the class? My dog. Yes. So variable new my dog. Yes. What it needs to pass? There is an error there. Why there is an error? Because this my dog class, it is expecting some parameters. See, change arguments. If you do it, it will remove it, or change constructor, remove these arguments, or create. Yes. So here you pass something. It's a string. So you say Tommy is the dog's name, comma. I don't know dogs breed. Okay, dogs breeds. There are so many. Yes, comma. Age we have given in integer, so it might be 20-year-old, and the color is black and white. It has some white dots. Yes. If you don't give these parameter values, what happens? It will show you an error. So if you mouse over, you can find out what error it is. Add arguments. So if you click in here, it will add all the arguments there. See? Can you see?
Yep.
Control Z. Go again. If you click in here, what it will do? It will remove this value from this bracket. Okay? I will not do it because I have not copied it. So I'm just putting this here. And I'm printing what I'm printing, that particular method. Yes. So Tommy dot, what is the method's name? So it will print literally everything. My string. Let's execute it. So name of the dog Tommy, breed, age and color of the dog my dog's breed. Yes, whatever we are giving in here. As we have not given any space in here, it's printed like this. But if you want to give some space, what you will do?
colon and then
Plus, do like this. Yes, plus, do like this. Let's see. So it needs, so you can see, yes, some space has come. What is that error then? Now? Yes, so if you print, it will have some space. This is one word, okay? So just let me put breed, find out dog's breed.
Doberman,
See?
Pomerian.
Yes,
Yeah.
Doberman. See, space is there. It is one word, black and white. That's why. Otherwise, everywhere space is there. So this is how you can have some spaces in here.
Yeah.